Good morning, everybody. Mr. Bear here. It's 8:08 a.m. on January 23rd, 2024. Market's going to open in about 22 minutes. We have the Nasdaq Futures contract up here. Let's take a look at what we've got going on today. First, with some fundamentals, we do have earnings out this week on a couple of big tech stocks. Tesla is reporting tomorrow, which is Wednesday, but we have Netflix reporting today, both aftermarket close. Netflix did have an announcement that came out this morning that they are going to stream the WWE Raw, if you're into that. I don't know, but it's their first live venture into live entertainment. And I think Netflix stock, if I am correct, let's look at it pre-market, has already moved up. It's up about 2% pre-market. So I think you're seeing a lot of this impulse up on the NQ attributed to that. Tesla stock has been getting hit hard the last few days. It's up about 0.75% this morning, but it's closing in on that 200 level for it. We'll see what happens. Tesla's not having a good time lately. Anyways, we're not here to talk about stocks. We're here to talk about NQ. However, again, you got to know what's going on with the stocks that are driving the NQ. So let's start with our higher time frames. Clearly in a bullish trend for the last, for a while now. For pretty much all of 2023, and now we've got this move to the upside, this really overextended move to the upside. But let's just draw a couple of trend lines here, see if we can give us a little bit of a landscape. We've got a few touches on this trend line. 1, 2, 3. Do you count the first trend line? I don't know. Do you? I guess we can. I do like to see these two touches here, though. Kind of gives me a little more confidence in it. We can also see the 20 SMA here on the daily. I bet these two come together to form some area of confluence of support. Again, we really extended to the upside on it. So yesterday's candle, which you can see here, is this kind of inverted hammer doji thing, which is a bearish signal, particularly up near the top of the band. That being said, overall, there's really no reason for this thing to come down other than it's gone too aggressively to the upside and just needs to a healthy pullback for it. So if you have any swing positions, I wouldn't be too worried about it, in my personal opinion, but I am a bear avatar on YouTube, so take that with a grain of salt. But for intraday, we need to try to figure out what's going on today. Moving over here to the 4-hour chart, you can see up here we've got 4-hour, 240-minute, if you're good with math. We've got this really strong trend line. It's super vertical. I mean, straight up. But we've touched this thing so many times on the 4-hour. I posted this over in the Discord yesterday. We've touched that thing so many times. We broke through it yesterday to the downside. Is it overly significant? I don't know. It may just mean that this really aggressive up move might be over. Are we going to go into some massive retracement? I don't think so. Are we going to have a healthy pullback? Maybe. We do have a bullish 4-hour candle here that just closed. This is the one that's currently open. I think your target on it, if you were bullish, would be up here at the top of the band on the 4-hour. I've got that marked out up here. It would also correspond with the back side of this trend line. Lots of times what was support will become resistance. So maybe 17,700. If we can clear yesterday's, this was yesterday's high. If we can clear that, that probably would be the pocket that you'd be looking to pick up and potentially hold and capture this whole 17,700 move. I think you might see it. I think Netflix may drive some of this up. I think some people might be buying the rumor, selling the news today on Netflix earnings, which are supposed to be good. So we'll see what happens. So there's our daily and 4-hour. I would move down to the hourly. See what kind of picture we get. So this is a weekly volume profile that you're looking at here. So this has been generating since Sunday night. And if we take a look at this, we can see a little bit of a different picture that perhaps we're ranging. We can see top of the range there, top of the range down here. Better. But you can kind of see a range zone up here. resistance area, I should say, resistance area and a support area down here, particularly a support area down here. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches down here. Bottom of the band on the hourly, this would be a massive area of support. We can see what we were ranging yesterday pre-market was up here, all the touches up here. It looked like we were going to break through it and get that run up to 17,700 yesterday. And I will admit, I chased price yesterday on that move to the upside on market open. And definitely paid the price as it absolutely tanked. I'm glad I took my stop because there was no recovering from that. But a couple nice scalps you could have gotten down here. This is a nice hourly bearish candle. A little scalp back to the downside of the bottom of the band. But anyways, coming in today, we're at the top of the band here on the hour, and LVN coming in here. Take a look at what else we got. There's one thing I was probably pointing out. Oh yeah, I want to draw this trend back here. A bit of a supporting trend line going on here on the hourly. Big area of confluence coming in at this at VWAP and the 20 SMA on the hourly around 17,070-ish, I would say. If it gets through that, you may see that move back to the downside, back into this area. So if it gets through here, breaks this supporting trend line, gets through VWAP, gets through the 20 SMA, it may drop and retest the bottom of this support zone down here. So that might be an area to pick up too as on a short, particularly on the open. You may see an impulse to the upside and then just like yesterday, an absolute fail back down to the support level. That being said, I don't think there's anything really because of concern or alarm with the overall market conditions. But as intraday traders, we're trying to figure out intraday moves. What's it going to do in the next 5 minutes? Today I got to be real patient on it. I need to wait for something to set up within my playbook. I may take this move to the downside if market internals are on my side. And when I say market internals are on my side, I'm going to be looking at cumulative delta down here, and this thing starts really going bearish as we start breaking like this level. This is that hourly level. This trend line that I drew here will show up on all my charts, so it's right down here. We get through that, we get through this zone here, and delta's moving lower. If our market breadth is moving lower, advanced decline's moving lower, I need those market internals, that order flow to kind of confirm the move to the downside. Yesterday, when the market sold off, I would say it sold off, but yesterday, if I can pull up a 5-minute real quick, coming to look at the market yesterday, here's, see if I can get a better zoom on. Dang it, I'm so bad at this. Where is it? Here. I'll just scroll wheel it back here. You can see the ATR. I mean, if you want to try to find the open, you just look at the ATR. The ATR spikes on the open. Over here I got absolutely bull trapped up here on this move. But this is the same thing that happened. The market opened at 8:30 down here. I'm Central Time, so the market for me opens at 8:30. We had that big impulse up. We broke pre-market highs, wicked through it, and then we just tanked for the rest of the day. You may see a similar move like that this morning. One of our jobs as traders is to observe the market, take notes on the market. The market has repeatable behaviors and patterns, and particularly like within the same week or something like that. Market conditions shift and change. So always trying to take note of that. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait for my trade setups, make sure that I'm journaling my trade setups, and I'm confident that when those appear, that even if they're a loss, I know that over the course of a period of time, I will still be profitable. Chasing price, though, every time I chase price, it's like flipping a coin. It's not a good thing to chase price. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna go fill up my coffee mug and wait for the market to open. Hopefully we can find a good setup. All right, guys. Okay, guys, so the market opened about 6 minutes ago. We did, if you look over here on the hourly, we did get that break of that supporting trend line plus the 20 SMA and VWAP on the hourly, and we've come right down into the support area that we marked out. I did not take this trade. I was actually away from my computer for other reasons, so I didn't actually be able to take the trade. I tried to rush back, but I did not make it back for the open. So that's just the way it goes sometimes. I'm not going to short it down here at support. We can also see now how price is just bouncing right off of that support level. We can take a look at, I don't know if there's a trade at the moment. I think we're going to need to let it see if it figures itself out. I mean, we're having nearly the same trade setup that we had yesterday on the open, except in the opposite direction, where price has come down. Price made a strong move in one direction. We broke pre-market lows. I'm not sure if we actually broke pre-market lows, but we broke into the support area. Very bullish 5-minute candle, probably trap some sellers, and now we're getting this push back up. Same thing happened yesterday, again, but in the opposite direction. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens, see if this thing can figure out a direction for today. It may not. It may just, yesterday was a pretty choppy, wonky day. A lot of the order flow looked bullish, but price kept moving down. So we're gonna have to wait and see today. Wait and see, sorry. We're gonna have to wait and see. I'm looking at this price. What it wants to do is gonna break through this and pop up to VWAP. This low volume node, I don't think so. It may actually take out this low, and then we may take another push to the downside. I'm going to give it maybe 5-10 minutes, see if it wants to give us any clue about what it wants to do today, and see if we can't find a decent setup. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, guys, we took a stab at a short here. Did not get the best price. Watching price action, it's hitting this resistance up here at the 20 SMA. May get stopped out, but let's see what happens with it. Should have got a better price. I'm actually going to move this up right above that 1-minute candle. Watching cumulative delta down here. We're dropping. Just going to take a quick scalp on it. I got it in a really bad price on that. So probably should have held this one for a little bit longer, but I'm doing this chat, man. You should look at market internals here. Let's see if I can get the screen up. Look at this market internals over here. Look at this advanced decline line just dropping. My one concern with it though is, market breadth is still positive. You can look up here, time and sales on the triple Q. Time and sales, you're looking for some aggressive selling coming in at this point. I'm just not seeing it. A little bit, there's kind of a big seller, but I don't know. I don't know. Sorry, try to get more focused here. Pushing up through that level. This does look like a short. I mean, on technicals, this looks like a short. This is just a move down, first leg, pullback, second leg. But with the market just being open for 13 minutes, there's also this low volume node up here. I don't think price is going to get up through that. I don't know if this descending trend line, it just looks bearish, but I may let it move around for a little bit longer and see if we can't find out. This looks bullish. We're closing above again, but low volume node up here. I don't know if it's going to get through it. Descending trend line, market internals. This advanced decline candle looks really bearish, but this looks bullish. So conflicting views here, and best thing to do in that situation is just sit on your hands. Now we're getting a little bit of a pullback here. So I'm just gonna sit on my hands for a little bit, see if this thing can't make up its mind. All right, guys, so I just took another quick scalp here. Just price made a real aggressive move up to VWAP, and then I just shorted it as it hit it and just got out real quick. Anything special. It's having a real hard time figuring out what it wants to do. A lot of this, I think, is with earnings coming out. Tesla's coming. Tesla, as I said this morning, blah, blah, blah. I said this morning, Tesla's reporting earnings tomorrow, and Tesla's doing pretty well for itself today. I just looked at how it was going. Tesla's up over 2% on the day, which is surprising, although it's been really beat up. For this last month, it's down about 16%, 17%. Year to date, it's down 15%. So, I guess that is this past month, isn't it? Not year to date. So yeah, I think Tesla's got room to the upside. And again, people are buying Tesla. It's buy the rumor, sell the news. They're expecting good numbers from Tesla because they've cut their prices so much, and I see way more Teslas on the road the last year or two than I have ever before. I will say though, with all this really cold weather we've had in the Midwest, a good friend of mine had his Tesla just not start because it was so cold, so cold. He had to leave it overnight in a place about 2 hours away, get a hotel room somewhere, and he had a hotel room somewhere. Came back the next day, still wouldn't start because Teslas don't do well. The batteries don't do well when they're really cold, so he couldn't charge it, and disaster for him. So I was thinking about getting a Tesla, and I am not anymore, although I'm sure that's going to be very controversial for a lot of people. But I need my car to start no matter what the temperature is. And I think that what a lot of people do with Teslas is they have their Tesla, but they also have to have another car. I'm like, why would you get a car that you got to get two cars? But people like their Teslas. There are some people that love their Teslas. So that's my little rant there. We're seeing us now break through this descending trend line on the 5-minute. It'll be interesting to see what it wants to do up here. We're pushing higher. Very wonky, just very wonky everything. Like, it's just weird. It's like, look, if we look at advanced decline, we're moving down, but we're still, market breadth is still positive. Tick is moving lower. Price action is moving up. I don't trust this move one bit. I just don't think I don't think we're going to get a good move today. I think it's going to be a lot of overextension. You could be short and overextensions, overbought, oversold areas, and selling strength, buying shorts, stuff like that. You might have a short up here up at 83 might be a short, just for a quick scalp back to the downside. But we are through that trend line on the 5-minute, so I'm watching that. Why is my bar timer disabled? That's annoying. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to watch this thing a little bit longer. Yesterday when I was trading it, I didn't find any real good setups. Look at the 5-minute. I didn't really find any good setups until later in the day. We had that big move down, and then I think I got some, I can't remember where. I got some bearish candles on these 5 minutes and took some shorts. I think this one over here I took, just this overextension, then a bearish 5-minute candle back down to 20 SMA. And then as we, on this candle here, yeah, this is where I was trading it. And then on this candle here, this bearish 5-minute, short of the bottom, took it down to the bottom of the band, stop is above the 20. Just being patient, waiting for those setups. If you're just staring at the screen, and this is what I find when I'm, lots of times when I'm trading, I'm just staring at the screen like this, trying to figure it out. If you find yourself trying to figure it out, it probably isn't a trade, right? When the trades come, they're right in your face. They smack you right in the face, and that's when you know the trade's there. And so you just gotta be patient, wait for them. So that's what I gotta do. I'm probably gonna go fill up my coffee mug, come back around 9, see how this hourly candle closes. Probably gonna wick. I get a nice wick. I don't know. Let's see what happens with it. Okay, guys, so I just sat back down, took another quick scalp. I should have held this one down to 53, I think, but whatevs. So on this one, let's take a look at it. We can look at the trade. We've come up in this, bullish uptrend, and we've had a supporting trend line, broke the trend line, came back up. The big thing for me on this trade, however, was, we came up, the Bollingers are flattening out. So it looks like we're getting a little 1 minute micro range here. And as we came up, didn't want to come back did not want to break that previous high that it made over here on the 1 minute. Come down, we closed below the VWAP, closed below 20 SMA. We came back up, retested 20 SMA, and then we got this bearish candle on the 1 minute. And I took it as that bearish candle on the 1 minute closed. We also had this little, on the 500 volume, this little bearish candle, and just took a quick scalp. I got in right here. It was just a market order. Actually, I got in, used my hotkeys, so this actually sold on the bid. and got out down here on a market. So not like the best trade, but I as soon as I sat down, I told you I was walking away. As soon as I sat down, I was like, I'm taking a trade. And I just saw this over here on the 1 minute setting up as a quick scalp. Probably could have held it a little bit longer. The real target on this should have been the bottom of the band on the 1 minute. And this could be something considered like I call it like a 20 SMA range break, where we start ranging and we break and close a 20 SMA, and you're just going to take it down to the next bottom of the band. Your stop would be, probably like right here. So this was a good risk reward trade on that. So yeah, I don't know. It's looking wonky. Now we may, if we break this high, it may open up this space up here for it. But I think we also may come up wick through this upper band on the Bollinger and come back down somewhere in here and then maybe try to go up. Just looks shitty. So I'll keep it open. I'm not real enthusiastic about anything today. I just think the earnings after the close today and Tesla coming out tomorrow. Netflix is reporting today. Tesla's reporting tomorrow. I just think it doesn't have any direction. There's also no economic data coming out today, so there's real no fundamental catalyst to send it one way or the other. It's just, I think, waiting on earnings. Now it looks like it's pushing up. This would be your short up here at 85. If you could get up there. It's like it's your short at 85 if you could get up there, but it's also your buy at like 90 if you can get above this high and close on the 5 minute. So yeah, I'll keep it open, keep watching it, and see what happens with it. All right, guys, so I got into another trade here. I might get stopped out on this one, though. Gosh, it just looks bearish. It looks bearish. Got stopped out. I think this thing wants to roll down again, maybe come back down to 20. This is kind of a double band opening, I call it. We've got the lower band on the 1 minute and the lower band on the 5 minute open. I think it is going to want to come back down to 31, but I got to take my stop on that. It might pop to VWAP. It might pop up to the upper band. It does have some more significant resistance up at 68, but you just got to take your stop. Could, as a scalper, I mean, this thing can whip the other way, 20 points on me, and then before you know it, I'm completely screwed. I'm going to see how this 1 minute closes. I might get back into it. Just when I'm looking at order flow, it's all looking real bearish. No, I think it's going to get, I think it's going to move up here. It's just chopping around. It's squeezing in. I would have liked to have seen this as this consolidated here. This kind of give you that nice move down to 35, and instead it broke that area of resistance up here. So that one's a dud. That one's a dud. Still green on the day. It's okay. Got to make sure I'm not revenge trading. I'm tempted to just jump in on it again, and as it comes up here, but it may also just be today's not a good day to trade. So let's see if we can find another setup. What's up, everybody? I took a couple scalps. I recorded them, but I thought that I would just explain the trades real quick. You can see my P&L down there is adjusted a little bit. Nothing to write home about, but I just want to talk about these trades. Took a scalp up here. I can open up the 500 volume chart here. Clearly, we've got a level of resistance going on this morning. We know we're ranging this morning. Price doesn't, I said it before, price doesn't really seem like he knows what it wants to do. Big level of resistance up here, low volume coming in up here, low value area up here. Price broke to the upside. You could see Delta dropping as it did that. Took a short right here. I just got out. I wanted to actually try to hold this down to VWAP, but I got out. Right here, I saw, I don't know, something just in here spooked me a little bit, so I got out. It was a quick scalp. I clearly should have held it. Look what happened. We dropped all the way back down to support down here, and now we're kind of doing this consolidation thing. Not consolidation. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. It is not consolidating. Yeah, so we dropped down here. We did this nice little pullback at a trend line forming, little up channel here, and took a short as we broke through this trend line. We retested it, came down, took a short here. I got out down here. This is kind of that double band strategy I was talking, I had mentioned before, because we look over here at the 5 minute and the 1 minute. We can see that the band on the 1 minute's clearly opened up. We also had room to the downside on the 5-minute band, bearish candle on the 5-minute. Some bearish signals here over the 1 minute, including a trend line break, which we just looked at over there in the 500 volume. And that's just, a little scalp for, it's just a little scalp, but I wouldn't try to hold this thing because we're down here at the support level. We've wicked through this thing. We can open up the hourly chart. It's a significant level of support. If you were better traders than me, and there are plenty out there, are probably buying it down here because we bounced off this area so many times. They're probably buying it down here and probably looking to come back up here to 17,490-ish level, or maybe even to this low volume ledge right here at 490. Who knows? It is almost 10:30, which means European market's about to close. We're about ready to go into the lunch lull, and volume's going to die out. Things are going to get wonky. I don't really want to participate in it. And I can feel myself just kind of, forcing trades, looking for my, looking at my P&L, trying to get my P&L up and all of that. I tried to put down here on my whatever, I can't see it. And this down here in the control center, I try to put down points. This P&L, I wouldn't get too caught up in the P&L. Really what you want to be looking at is points. Remember, we're only trading one contract. I was watching somebody popped up into my YouTube feed, some new one of these new YouTube trader guys trading like 20 contracts, 20 NQ contracts, 15 NQ contracts. I'm like, that's a sim account for sure, 100%. Like that's like the fastest way to blow up any account unless you're trading like $1 million account. And then they're making like $1,500 a day, and they're like, "Look at me, look how great I am." I'm like, "Yeah, you're trading 20 contracts. It's crazy on like a quick little scalp." And they're like, "Made $1,500, made $2,000." Yeah, no kidding. I'm not surprised, and you did that on 20 contracts. I'm sure you also probably lost about $300,000 in the process of trying to make this video, but I'm not going to criticize anybody. I took a sip of coffee there. Sorry, I'm not going to criticize anybody. To each their own, but you want to be careful about, people who are boasting about their P&L. I get that. That's how you get clicks and stuff, but you want to look at points. You want to look at the trade setups and really just the points. And I wish I could put that in my control center. I don't know how to put it, but whatevs. Remember, Netflix is reporting after market close today. Got some Netflix. I'm not real long on Netflix, only a handful of shares. I'm going to try to take a pop on it. But we'll see what happens with it. All right, guys, take it easy. Thanks for tuning in. One more thing before I jump off of this. One more thing. One thing I wanted to talk about is the importance of trying to find like the trend, trying to find if price is trending, if it's ranging, and make sure that you're able to identify that and then trade within that framework. So like today, like we're ranging, right? Like we talked about this before, we're ranging today. You're either in this larger weekly range, which is going on, which you can see right here, or we're in this smaller range, which is going on now. But we're definitely not trending like we were trending over here. Like these are all long. Like you're just looking to take longs in this market. Here we're trading support and resistance. You're trading, trading exhaustion, trading things that are overbought, oversold, or trading quick scalps. To areas into support and resistance. We talk about trading into strength, trading into weakness. So just always want to be mindful of that. There's no reason to be holding a trade for too long today. I feel like I don't think we're going to get any sort of trend. The other thing we look at, of course, is these market internals. And we can see advanced decline line, falling. We opened up bullish and we've just fallen on the day. Market breadth, though, still positive. And I think that's why you're seeing the range. I don't think price has a direction right now. We're just kind of ranging. Tick is oversold at the moment. We may find some support. Now, this could be a decent buy, I guess. You can see tick down here oversold. It's always finding support down here as well. And if we look back on the chart, we can see clearly we're at an area of support. We just talked about that on the hour. So could be finding some support down here and might bounce up. This would actually be a pretty nice trade to take along, and then you just put your stop at 30. See what happens, I guess. Or you could put your stop down here at like trade micros put your stop down here, just below 400. Trade micros, trade 1 micro. You got 30 point stop, 35 point stop. It's about $70 to try to take 60 points to the upside, so about $120 to the upside just on 1 micro. You could try it. It's not really in my wheelhouse. I don't really want to take it. I don't really like those trades. I get too nervy. I don't manage it very well. So I'm not going to do that. Anyways, rambled too much. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Do you guys find any value in this? Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want some more of this content. And I'll be back tomorrow with another trade video. All right, guys. See ya. Bye.